Come on now, Gavin. Where are you this late at night? Your car isn't in the driveway, meaning you've gone out pretty far this time, I'm sure. If you're going to leave and be gone for a long time, please let me know first, all right? I'm a bit worried about you now.
Pfft, what do you want from me now? Is it really that important to you that I tell you every little thing about myself? I'm just out getting a little fresh air is all right?
Do you understand that tomorrow is going to be our wedding? We have to be up really early in the morning to start getting ourselves ready for everything.
And that's the reason for all of this?
What? For all of what?
This is gonna be my last night as a single man, so let me have my freedom. Also, this car happens to be my high-end car. Why do you care that I've taken it out? I don't ever remember asking you to keep an eye on it for me.
I'm very well aware of that, Gavin.
Stop trying to act like you get to know everything about me when you're not even making as much as I am. Are you wanting to get married to me so badly, yet you're not going to bother letting me be me? I do not want to be married to a monster, so you'd better stop it with all that nagging right now, lol.
You happen to be pretty wild when you drive. Make sure you make it home in one piece tonight. I understand you wanting to spread your wings one last time before the wedding, but let's just both make sure we're ready for the wedding tomorrow morning.
Please excuse me for texting you at such a late time as this. I was just heading back home from work a second ago, but I got a look at my older brother out on the streets. You both are supposed to be getting married tomorrow, right? Why is he still out this late at night?
Hayes, thank you so much for updating me like this. He's told me that it's his last night as a single man tonight, so he wants to be on his own for a bit.
What? But this late at night?
We are getting married really soon. And he'll also be expected to get the company from his dad soon, so I think he just wants one last chance to spread his wings. Sorry if that's worried you at all.
What? Wait a second. You're telling me Gavin is going to get the company? Are you certain about that?
Yeah, he told me about it only recently, so I was just as shocked as you probably are now. Just last month, his dad asked him to be the one to take over the company when he leaves, so that's how things came about. I'm not sure what the reason really is for all of that, but Gavin has been really happy that his dad is finally trusting him enough to let him have the company after he's gone. He's always been going on about how his salary is going to be huge once he's the CEO. I think he's gotten a little too carried away with the idea of being the next CEO, but I can also understand why he'd be so excited over it.
There's no way. There's no way he's going to be the next CEO. Dakota, my brother's lying to you about all that.
What? What do you mean he's been lying to me about it? Hasn't he always been the one your dad has been wanting to make the next CEO? I thought this was all in the talks for a long time now.
I understand you wanting to think things like that, since he's the oldest son, so don't take any of this the wrong way. But, well...
Gavin, answer me, gosh dang it! Why have you done all of this to me? The wedding is ruined now because of you, Gavin. Where are you even at now? What the hell were you thinking holding the hand of one of my best friends and walking out of the wedding like that? That's screwed up on so many levels that I can't even begin to understand how you could do that to me.
Shut the hell up! You saw it with your own eyes, right? So you should be able to understand what's going on here. Take a real close look at the reality you're in now, lol.
Huh?
You just have to think a little, and you'll be able to guess what's happened. I'm not going to be able to marry such a monster as yourself now. I'm going to be marrying Kana now. So don't you dare try getting in our way.
What do you mean for me to not dare get in your way? I am your fiancé, Gavin. Don't you dare start trying to play games with me.
I'm not playing games with you, Dakota. What I've chosen to do here is very much real, and is what I want. And before I'd even started to go out with you, I had known about Kana, and I've been friends with her this whole time!
What?
When you came around, I was happy to have started dating you. But when you and I decided that we wanted to get married, you started to act more strongly around me. I cannot be seen married to some overpowering woman like you, alright? It's just not going to happen. Who do you even think you are?
I have not been trying to overpower you, Gavin. The only reason I've been warning you more about things is because you and I had been planning on getting married, and I wanted to make sure you and I were both ready. It's not like I was trying to change you or anything. If you were having such a problem with me thinking about us so much, then you should have said something sooner.
I know it's about more than the two of us being ready. It's about you wanting to be more powerful than me. Compared to some dominant witch like you, Kana has been so kind to me. She doesn't care about the things I do, and makes sure to let me take charge when it comes to what we do as a couple. I have to be there to take care of her, as her man. So don't you frickin' get in the way of us!
Are you kidding me, Gavin?
That's just how serious I am about Kana and I!
I see. All right then. You happen to like her a whole lot more than me now and want her to be your wife.
That's exactly right, lol. I'm glad to see you finally coming around to understanding things, lol. But how can I be so sure of that? You do happen to be a very big idiot, lol.
I want to know something now then. What is all of this debt? I just got back into the changing room and found divorce papers and a contract on my desk. $50,000? What the hell is all that from?
That happens to be all the money I borrowed, lol.
Huh?
To tell you the truth, back when I bought my car, I had to take out a loan, lol. So now that you're aware of that, I'll have you pay it all off for me, lol. I have to focus on my new woman and I being happy now. So take care.
Are you kidding me right now?
Don't get so upset with me now, lol. I'm sorry that I left you on the day of our wedding for a better woman, lol. I could tell while walking out of there that things were getting a little tense. So good luck with all the guests, lol.
Then I'll be taking Dakota.
Huh? Who's this? Hey! You reply to me right now! Who the hell are you using Dakota's phone to text me like that?
Ah, is this you again? I've heard about you, and it appears you're at your parents' house right now. Was it fun having those 2 days worth of love with my friend? I wouldn't call any of that fun myself, but you seemed excited about starting your new love life with Kana over me. I'm going to go ahead and say you deserve what's coming to you, and that I'm never going to bother coming back for you either.
Hey, you stupid witch! If you know where I am right now, why haven't you come to see me yet?
Did you not just read what I had typed out for you? I don't care about you anymore, and there is no reason I should have to go all the way to your parents' house now to see you. You were the one that threw me away after all, so don't you feel as though you're being a little unfair by saying something like that?
Don't you stop picking me apart! I want you to come to my parents' house right now! You are my wife, right? You come here right now and take care of me after that accident.
I'm not your wife. All you are to me now is some random stranger that I don't have any relation to. So don't expect me to come and care for your hurt butt.
Huh?
I'm sure you already knew what was going to happen, right? The day you and I went to the courthouse to get married, you also took some of the divorce papers they had and filled them out. Well, I just took those and handed them in. You did leave them for me to hand in at the wedding after you ran off. So I'm not your wife at all now.
What? Why would you do something like that without asking me first?
Without asking you? I don't remember having to ever ask you for permission to do anything when you're the one who left those papers filled out for me, right? And it wasn't just the divorce you wanted, but you also canceled the wedding on me and tried to force me to pay off your debts for you. I'm not some idiot. I wasn't just going to stay married to you after all that went down.
You... Shut the hell up! Are you trying to say that I'm the idiot here?
Well, you were the one that wanted to become the idiot, right? Especially after hearing about the reason you had to go back to living with your parents now. I was laughing my butt off when I first heard about you. You were in such a rush to get away from everyone with Kana, but before you could leave town, you wanted to go and steal your parents' checkbook in order to pay off your debt with their money. And as you were racing to their house to get it, you got into a car accident. And not just that, though, but you were so embarrassed about crashing your expensive car that you didn't even bother to call the police, instead taking yourself home to your mom and dad covered in blood and asking for help. I'm sure your mom and dad are tired of you being around them now, right?
Crap! How dare you start making fun of me over something like that? Shut the hell up and come care for me! I have plenty of broken bones right now and can't take care of myself.
No way. Why don't you ask Kana to come over and care for you? You and her were doing so well together, right? You wanted to be the one to protect her and everything, so ask her to come over and care for her big man.
Kana is in the crash. She got hurt just as badly as me and ended up with a huge gash across her face. She's having to deal with all that right now. So in her place, I want you here caring for me.
Oh no, Kana got a gash across her face? Ooh, she was this cute little woman that you said you'd protect and everything, but instead you've gone and hurt her face. What a great punishment.
Huh? Do you not care that your best friend got seriously hurt in that accident? Are you really that heartless?
She was my best friend. Not anymore, though. I'm not that kind, all right? I would never stay friends with someone that thought it was okay to steal my husband at our wedding.
You monster!
Hey, I'm not the one that caused that wreck in the first place. You were the one at the wheel, and now both you and her have to pay for it. Perhaps you should have done something about your reckless driving that I tried to warn you about. But that's the problem. You always saw me worrying for you and wanting the best for you as me trying to be overpowering, right? I guess Kana was perfect for you because she must not have been warning you like I had. Well, let's just say your predicament is all your fault for never listening to my words, so you're going to have to do something about your situation on your own. I happen to know where your parents live, so I'll send your things to that address. Now, you have fun in hell.
What the hell is wrong with you? My driving was not the problem here. It was always because you'd say such unnecessary crap while I was driving that I couldn't pay attention. This is all because of you. I want you to take full responsibility for all of this. Hey, reply to me right now, you crazy witch. What the hell is this? What the hell are you trying to do to me?
What? You must have had a good look at the papers I sent to your parents' house, right? Well, it's just as everything reads. I would like to get a settlement from you. I told you I'd be sending you your things back to your parents' house, and those papers just happened to be very important to you. You should be thankful that I was willing to send you all your things. But of course, in your fashion, you only care about the things that mean good to you.
There's no way someone can be as heartless as you. Especially when I'm badly injured and can't move at all. You don't even have a gosh dang soul, you.
You're going to say that to me? After you ran away from me with my best friend and I couldn't move after you at all in my huge wedding dress and heels? Well, I'm totally fine being viewed as a demon. I was made this way by you, after all. You ran off with another woman you cheated on me with, so I'm going to make sure you pay up for that. I have every right to your money, correct?
Crap! I'd only just gotten rid of my debt. Who the hell do you think is going to give you any dang money?
You got rid of all your debt? What are you talking about? You didn't get rid of any of your debt, Gavin. You just tried to push it off on me when it's meant to be paid off by you.
Huh?
I had a good talk with my lawyer about all of this. He told me you had that debt before we ever got married, so that means you have to keep it for yourself. And even if we were married before you took that loan, I was never the one to sign for it, so the only person responsible for paying it all off is you. So, leaving me with the contract you signed for that loan isn't going to automatically make me the one responsible for it.
No way! You're lying! There's no way! I know for a fact that I can make you pay off my debt after we got married, and that's what I've done. Your lawyer that you've been talking with is just an idiot, lol. I'm sure because you owe you. You weren't even able to get yourself a decent lawyer anyway, and went for the cheapest one you could find, lol.
Go ahead and say what you'd like about my lawyer and I. But my lawyer happens to be your little brother, so you might want to knock all that off.
What?
Ugh, Hayes was right about having you for an older brother. You really are the crappiest person to have as family, and I don't blame him for wanting to fight you in court on my behalf. By the way, did you even know that your own little brother has been a lawyer this whole time?
Hey! Wait a second, alright? Hayes is a lawyer?
He sure is. And he's going to be the one helping me take you on in court when I make sure to ask for that settlement. I've heard all about your family, by the way. Your parents seem to care a whole lot more about you than they did Hayes. And the only reason your parents were so kind to me all the time is because I was the wife of the oldest, right? They always wanted to make sure their oldest son got the best. And because of that, they always seemed to look away from Hayes' needs and act like he had to handle himself.
Well, the oldest is the most important to the family. You should already know that. I'm going to be the one getting all my parents' things when they pass away. And unlike me, Hayes is a total idiot. So of course my parents would only want to care for me.
And that's why things have ended up this way for you, Gavin. Did you know that while you had all your college paid for by your parents, Hayes had to pay off all his schooling on his own? And ever since Hayes was born, he only ever received hand-me-downs from you and nothing else. You would even laugh about that and make sure a lot of your clothes were stained up before giving them to him. I find it really hard to believe that there is someone with your nerve who thinks it's okay to treat their brother like that. But I guess you didn't even care to treat your own wife with any respect, so you might actually have the nerve to do things like that to your own family. I just wish that things could have ended up better for Hayes and I, and that's why today the two of us will begin to fight you over what you've done.
He is my little brother, you idiots. I can say and do whatever I'd like to him. And none of that has anything to do with you. It's not my fault he was born after me and with half the brain, lol. If he really had a problem with me how he was treated by me, and still is, then he needs to step up and fight me over it, lol. Then I might stop making fun of him all the time, and respect him a little, lol.
Well, like I said, we will be fighting back now.
What?
What do you mean, what? I just told you that he's going to get back at you now. And in more ways than just one. I mean, even right now, Hayes is in charge of his own branch because of how great of a lawyer he is.
That guy's in charge of his own branch?
Did you not even know that? Well, it's not like you actually listen to anything you're told anyway about him. You just resort to calling him an idiot and then say he works in a factory or something. That's what you do, right? You just treat him like he's nothing, even though he has the proof to show you that he's way more than you are. It's crazy that I know the true him and you don't, even though I only just got to meet him a few months ago. You never invited him to come see me when I met your parents, and even after that, the only time I got to see him in person is when he went out of his way to talk to me. Well, I'm glad that unlike you and your parents, he's a different kind of person. He turns out to be way better than you at everything, and has even surpassed your own parents.
Huh? There's no way he's better than me at everything, lol.
Even now, you're going to keep acting like you're better than him? I can't believe you are this thick-headed, Gavin. I want you to cut the crap right now and start understanding that you have always been the number 2 in your family. I really want you to be aware that after everything you've done, you haven't only pissed me off, but you've also really gone and pissed off your brother. I don't care that you have so much debt you're still needing to pay off. We are going to make sure you pay for everything you've done, starting with the settlement. Don't even think for a second you'll be running away this time. We want you to burn in hell. Get ready to face your punishment.
You and Hayes have no right acting like that towards me. But oh well, Hall. I'm sure he doesn't know anything about this yet, but I'm going to be taking over my dad's company. When it comes to money, I can make anything happen, lol. You want me to pay off that settlement? Sure thing. And once I've done that, you both stay the hell away from me, lol. I'm sorry, but you guys aren't going to make me go to hell, lol. Hey, Hayes! I found out that you started to make Dakota believe some lies now. I'm going to be the one taking over Dad's company, so you can start thinking of me as the CEO, lol. You can claim to be a lawyer all you want, but compared to a CEO, you are nothing. And I'll make you pay for talking about me like you have with Dakota. I'm going to start talking about how you've been going out with her behind my back, and everything as well, and get myself a sweet settlement from you both, lol. I'm going to teach you a lesson that you won't be able to avoid, lol.
I never thought you were that brainless of a person, Gavin. It's kind of embarrassing to call you my older brother anymore, because of how stupid you act.
What did you say to me? Do you have any idea what you just said to your older brother? You have no right talking to me like that, when you're the one putting your hands on my wife!
I'm sure you're pretty confused about all of this, but I haven't laid a finger on her. But, unlike myself, we happen to have a ton of evidence showing that you've been cheating on her with Kana. So you can just shut up now and pay off the settlement she's asking for.
Like I'd ever, lol. I'll pay her that settlement like she's asking for, since I'm going to have all that company's money at my disposal. But I'm not going to shut up about it. I'm sure as hell not going to apologize for any of it to lowlives like you guys. I'm the CEO now, and will not be seen apologizing to your kind.
If you really go through with taking over Dad's company, you're going to be putting yourself into more debt.
Huh? What are you talking about now, lol?
You seem to have been spoiled so often that you never think anything bad about Dad's company. And when it comes to you now, you only choose to believe the things you want to. But I think it's time you really open your eyes. For a very long time now, Dad's company has been going down, and he hasn't been out of the red in a decade. If I were in your shoes, I sure wouldn't want to take over a company like that.
What? Huh? You're lying, right? Dad isn't in that bad of a situation, is he? Are you trying to play with me now?
I'm not trying to play with you at all. Rather, I'm just trying to give you one last chance as your little brother to take my word for it. If you don't want to believe what I'm saying, then you're free to do so. However, if you want a reason to believe what I'm saying here, take a look at your email. I just sent you some information on Dad's company.
I'm looking right now. What? This can't be real, can it?
It is very real. I'm sorry that you believed otherwise for so long.
Then what should I do about all my debt? If I take over Dad's company, I won't have any money to pay off my own debt.
I'm not sure what you can do. Nor do I care. Do something with your own strength. You were the one asking for this to happen all along, right?
You happen to have your own portion of a company now, right? Please, help me out with all this. You're not going to turn away your older brother's need for help, right?
Shut the hell up, Gavin.
What?
I'm asking you to just shut the hell up. Don't you frickin' try any of that crap with me now. You always look down on me and acted like I'm nothing. So what makes you think you can start asking for my help? The reason I've worked so hard to be where I am now is in order to cut ties with all of you for good. I don't want to be a part of your guys' family anymore, especially since it's not like I ever was a part of it to begin with. So after today, you and I are done with. Don't try talking to me again. I want you to pay off that settlement to Dakota, and then leave us both alone. And until the day you've done that, I'm going to keep digging deeper into you, making your life more and more unbearable. I think that's my right as your little brother. To be here to make sure you take responsibility for all your actions.
Wait a second. Please, just help me out this once. If you don't do something, I'm going to have to live the rest of my life in debt. Help me, gosh dang it!
Dakota, I finished talking with Gavin for you. I was also able to get him to agree to paying you back. So this is pretty much over with now.
Thank you so much, Hayes. I'm sorry that I kind of forced you to handle all of the talking.
Don't worry about that. I wouldn't ever want to make you have to talk to that idiot again. I also happen to be your lawyer, so it's kind of my job to handle things like this.
Hayes, Thank you so much, all right? If I never had you here to help me, I'm not sure how things would be ending up for me.
You can just leave it at thanks. Also, he happens to be my brother, so I'm really sorry for all the terrible things he did to you. I don't think he'll ever apologize to you personally, so allow me to do that in his place.
You shouldn't have to apologize for a monster like him. It's because of you that I was able to avoid having to pay anything for the canceled wedding, so I was able to escape from Gavin without having to lose that much. Also, because of you, I was able to talk with my family and friends about it without feeling fear. I really am thankful for you. Thank you so much for being my friend in all of this.
You are a really strong woman, Dakota. I was afraid that in your situation you might be sucked into a path of constant sadness and despair. But you really pulled through and helped out a lot in defeating Gavin.
But Hayes, you shouldn't have to be thankful for me being around, as this was all my problem to begin with. Are you doing all right yourself after what happened?
What?
I guess I'm asking if you're okay in general. You've spent all your life having to deal with such a cold and heartless family, yet you still came around them when it came to my marriage with Gavin. I feel like all of this must have been really hard on you, and that what Gavin had done might have hurt you as well. Of course, I'm really happy that you came to help me with all the legal stuff, but you've helped me fight your own family.
I knew you'd worry about something like that. Well, to be honest, I've always wanted to get back at Gavin for all he's done to me. And now, I was finally able to get my payback. But I'm not feeling as happy about it as I thought I would. I'm still wondering if there would have been a better way to take him on, or if there was a way to talk a way into becoming family. I will probably be thinking about this a lot from now on. What an idiot I am. I could have cut ties to all of them long ago if I had just given up wanting to get back at my brother.
Don't beat yourself up like that. You're not to blame for the feelings you're having.
Dakota?
Your family is just a bunch of jerks, and they don't seem to understand how kind of a person you really are. So please, don't feel as though you've done anything wrong by taking down your brother this way.
I really like how soft your words are when talking about someone else. It makes me feel a lot better, hearing such things like that from you.
What?
I'm sure you don't remember this, but back when I wanted to first meet the woman my brother was marrying, you actually came out to see me. It was nice to see someone actually wanting to see me, especially when that someone was going to become my family. You made me really happy then, Dakota.
Is that so? I didn't really talk about much with you then, though.
But even if we didn't talk about much, I was so happy to have someone to talk to. And since you were my brother's fiancé at the time, I had prayed things would go well for you both, so that you'd become my sister-in-law. But now that things didn't go well between you and him, I've changed how I feel. I don't want to pray that things will go well between you and him, but that things go well between you and I. I want to make you happy, Dakota.
Thank you so much, Hayes.
I understand this is a bit strange. I know that it'll be hard to change the feelings you already have for me, since I was like your little brother in a way. Can we start by just being friends?
That's true. Let's start by being friends, and then we can see where things go. But remember, I'm a pretty powerful woman, so be ready for that.
I hope you will be powerful.
After all of that, Gavin was left having to pay off his debt for his car, as well as his settlement to me, and for the wreck he caused when he crashed. I was also able to get a settlement from Kana as well, so hopefully she will take care of that soon. But that wasn't all for Gavin, as he tried to evade his dad, who was now dead set on giving him the company. And even with all his effort to run, his dad was able to retire and Gavin became the new CEO of it. As of right now, Gavin is having to deal with even more debt, and I'm sure he's never going to pay it all off in his lifetime. When it comes to Hayes and I, we've begun going out with one another quite a lot. And after a few months of dating, we've decided that we both want to get married. We don't plan on having a wedding or anything, rather, we'll just go to the courthouse. And then after that, we'll begin living as husband and wife. We've even talked about the branch he's running right now, and Hayes is starting to consider hiring me on to be his secretary there. I don't have all that much confidence in doing office work such as that yet, but I know that he loves me a lot and that he won't hold a few mistakes against me if I become his secretary wife.